How are you doing?
I am doing very well. I am very happy to see you being able to just put out what being in the middle of an aggressive form of multiple sclerosis is like. So my speech, as you'll notice, is I have spasmodic dysphonia right now.
MS is a chronic, often unpredictable disease of the central nervous system, which is made up of the brain, spinal cord, and optic nerves. It causes problems with vision, balance, and muscle control.
Wouldn't it be funny if I fell in? For real? Not really.
It is interesting to put it out there, to be here to say this is what my particular case looks like right now.
Let's go back. When you were first diagnosed, what initially went through your mind?
I cried. I had tears. They weren't tears of panic. They were tears of knowing I now had to give in to a body that had loss of control. And there was some relief in that, because ever since my son was born, I was in an MS flare-up and didn't know. And I was giving it everything to seem normal. And I was self-medicating when he wasn't with me. And, you know, I was drinking. I was in pain. I wasn't always drinking, but there were times when I couldn't take it. And I was really struggling with how am I going to get by in life, and not taken seriously by doctors. Just single mother, you're exhausted, financial burden, blah, blah, blah. And I even got to the point where I said, I need to go to work and I have to stay awake. I dropped my son off at school a mile away, and before I got home, I'd have to pull over and take a nap. And I was ashamed, and I was doing the best I could, and I was a great mother, but it was killing me. And so when I got the diagnosis, I cried with some relief, like, oh, good, I'll be able to do something.
Struggling with symptoms for years prior to her diagnosis, Selma sought out the help of fellow actor Michael J. Fox, who has lived with Parkinson's disease for nearly 30 years.
And I said, I don't know who to tell, but I'm dropping things. I'm doing strange things. He got in touch with me, and we began a conversation. So he really helped me. Plus, I was like, I have Michael J. Fox's email now. Like, I'm pretty cool. Like, I'm cooler than I thought. But, like, really, he gives me hope.
How difficult was it to share it with your son?
Not at all. I always want him to feel safe, never responsible for me. But he had already seen that I was falling and doing things, and I was always laughing. And he'd imitate me, and I'd be like, that's fine, but don't do that out of the house. People think you're a jerk. And so I did have to tell him after the MRI, I said, I have something called multiple sclerosis. And he almost cried and said, will it kill you? And I said, no, I mean, we never know what kills us, Arthur. But this is not the doctor telling me I'm dying. And he was like, oh, okay.
What gets you through those difficult days?
I get in bed and I don't move. You just have to. You can't do it all. It's fine to feel really crappy and say, I gotta. And my son gets it, and now I've learned not to feel guilty.
What are doctors telling you? What's your prognosis?
The doctor I saw, he said within a year, I could have, at the time, he said, 90% of my abilities back. So this is to say, let's meet again next year and see if I'm better, if I'm not. And I can still have a conversation. That's good enough. And I want to see. I want to see for other people. I want to see for me and see where I am. I was a little scared of talking. And even my neurologist said, no, this will bring a lot of awareness because no one has the energy to talk when they're in a flare-up. But I do, because I love a camera.
You got a date. I'll see you in a year.
Okay.
It's a deal.
I can't wait.
Beautiful, beautiful.